Now let's move on to the movies coming up.
Yeah.
Some of them we've heard, some we haven't.
In a
I
little
definitely
segment
cut out
we
a
like
lot.
to call movies that are coming up.
Movies coming up. Or the fall film preview. Brought to you by patreon.com/inspireddisorder. So starting off with Molly's Game. I haven't heard of it. Have you heard of it?
No, Idris Elba. It's about an Olympics star playing poker, something Russian mob.
True story of Olympic-class skier who ran the world's most expensive high-stakes poker game and became an FBI target. Her players included movie stars, business titans, and unbeknownst to her, the Russian mob. Directed by Aaron Sorkin, which he's done some Firefly and shit. He did all that kind of stuff. He's very, as far as geek culture,
Yeah.
he's one of their dudes. He's kind of like a Kevin Smith.
I'd like to see
more wordy.
a preview for it at one point.
Idris Elba.
I was
Like,
just about to say.
I don't
Yeah,
mind-
I like Idris Elba and everything.
Yeah, but
He's been in shit movies, but
Dark
he was
Tower,
always fine.
I have
in it.
no desire to watch.
No.
Yeah, but yeah, I've heard he's the best part of it, and he's great in fucking The Wire. He's great in a lot of shit. He's a great actor.
He's great in Prometheus.
I don't even remember him in Prometheus. Is he the bad guy?
No, he's the ship's captain. Like the pilot, I guess.
Was he there for like a second?
No.
Oh, Prometheus. I'm thinking of Covenant.
Not Covenant.
Ugh. That movie is so forgettable, man. I'm sorry you like it, but yeah, I don't know. We'll see.
Yeah.
We'll see what happens. The Greatest Showman.
Now I've heard about this movie, but it's about P.T. Barnum and
Mm-hmm.
starting
Barnum
the
and Bailey
circus.
Circus. Interesting.
So I'm
Not from Hugh Jackman's in it, Zac Efron, but like kind of third and fourth build. Yeah, we'll see. The Untitled, still apparently Paul Thomas Anderson film.
I think he should just leave that title.
Sure. It's like Ari Shaffir's renamed storyteller show.
Yeah.
It's got Danny Day-Lewis, apparently his last role. He says he's going to quit after this.
So,
but he said that before, apparently.
Yeah, he's retired before, and he unretires after a few years.
He's a great matchup with this director. There Will Be Blood, which you haven't seen, is fucking a classic film.
He'll drink your milkshake.
Yeah. So looking forward to whatever the fuck that is.
Yeah,
I mean, I don't really care the premise. Set in the fashion world, 1950s London, dressmakers commissioned to design for members of high society and the royal family, but somehow it's going to be an entertaining movie, despite that synopsis.
That is the worst synopsis I may have ever heard.
Like, if I read that on if it was not this director, Daniel Day-Lewis, and I read that premise, I'd be like,
Get
I
this
don't
the
give a
fuck outta
fuck.
here.
Like, even it could be another big name director. It could be like Steven Spielberg.
Yep.
Nope.
Peace.
Fuck you, man.
Out.
I'm out. Roman Israel-esque.
Esquire.
Denzel Washington stars as Roman Israel, a driven, idealistic defense attorney who, through a tumultuous series of events, finds himself in a crisis that leads to extreme action. So it seems more like an actiony kind of like a.
This is gonna be a Tom Clancy novel.
What's that one?
The
movie
Briefcase or Tom.
What was
Cruise.
the one where the girl gets kidnapped? Hey, Man on Fire.
Yeah.
Oh, it's so good. It's like one of my favorite. I like Man on Fire. I almost like more than Training Day.
No.
Yeah.
No.
Oh man, it's so good.
Man on Fire is fine, but
It's so good. I mean, it's the right neck and neck. As far as actiony Denzel movies, like he's been in great film.
Training Day all day, baby.
But yeah, so we'll see. Colin Farrell's in it.
That one, whatever.
We'll see. Yeah, he hasn't really been in anything that's made me. Ooh, I gotta go see this Denzel joint. Battle of the Sexes.
This is a story about the Billie Jean King and Bobby Riggs tennis match, from the late 70s or early 70s.
Right.
Steve Carell and Emma Stone. This is one I'll watch on Netflix.
Yeah.
But
yeah,
I'm
not. I mean, that's the thing. Like a lot of the movies,
not looking forward to it.
It could be amazing.
but
or it could be not good.
I just don't care right now about it.
Yeah. It's
Like,
not
Steve
enough
Carell's
to.
a great actor.
Yeah, that's the thing with a lot of the end of the year stuff, because they're like usually heavier movies, or
Oscar bait.
it's not like summer movies where it's just like
Fun
and not
a good
action. You're not
time.
getting a lot of action. You get a lot more drama. But yeah, definitely a streamable one. The Snowman, the horror movie that we keep seeing.
This doesn't look. I'm not
No,
interested.
but
in
they
this
keep
at all.
marketing the fuck out of
They
it.
do.
So who knows?
I mean, I like Michael Fassbender
Yeah.
and Chloe Sevigny's in it. I mean,
Yeah.
maybe she's gonna blow someone. Like in
sure.
Brown Bunny,
Yep.
or she could
That's
get
a
AIDS like in Kids.
Horrible movie. Yeah, that's a. I mean, they're
like
both
Kids.
horrible movies for
I
different
like
reasons.
Kids.
Yeah, but it's a horrible movie. I mean, it's like it's not horrible as far as like not well made. It's horrible as far as the story it's telling and how it ends.
About AIDS,
Dude rapes a girl and
gives
who has
himself AIDS.
I mean, he probably didn't get AIDS because it's hard to get AIDS that way, but he did rape a chick at the end of the movie.
Telly had AIDS.
But yeah, so Snowman, who cares? Like, Kids isn't a movie that's like, oh, let's put this on and have a good time.
It is for me, but I grew up watching that movie, and
I watched it a bunch growing up too, but it's like, okay,
kind of idolized that culture.
yeah, just assholes that don't want to do anything and just get fucked up all the time. And yeah. Sure. The Papers, Steven Spielberg.
Ooh, Tom Hanks. Ooh, Meryl Streep.
Ooh, already don't give a shit. Mother.
You gotta
Darren
say it
Aronofsky.
right. Yeah. I'm looking forward somewhat to this.
It's another one, like, I don't know.
Darren Aron.
Like, I don't know how many of these will go out to the theater and watch.
Darren Aron.
But yeah. Jennifer Lawrence.
Javier Bardem, Ed
Ed
Harris,
Harris.
Michelle Pfeiffer.
I mean, it's a great
good
director,
cast,
so
great director.
it's probably going to be good.
Mother!
I have never seen Room, or The Room.
I haven't.
The Room,
I haven't either.
or just Room.
I've seen so many clips
I know
of it
about it.
that I know, like,
I haven't seen really any clips of it. I've heard a lot of people talk about it. It's like the Rocky Horror Picture Show, where there's an obsessive group of people that go to screenings and watch it for kind of different reasons, but they're both very active in the movies as they're playing. This one's like the worst, best movie kind of a thing.
Yeah.
Where it's so
Well, kinda
horrible
like
that
Troll
people.
2.
Yeah, but this one has an obsessive, huge following.
Yeah.
That I've never. It's just one of those subculture things that I've never gotten into.
And I've seen a few, like, clips from this. It's just James Franco pretty much
well, he's doing like
doing
a
movie
mockumentary.
of the making of The Room.
It's a mockumentary where you get to see like kind of the behind the scenes stuff, and then like just how it was put together. And it's I kind of want to watch. If I want to watch this, but I feel like I need to watch
theater.
No. But I want to watch. There's a lot of these I want to watch. But I'm not
And
going
we
to the
should watch
theater.
The Room.
Yeah, that's the thing. I'm sure it's on fucking YouTube. The Shape of Water, Guillermo del Toro.
He makes movies I like.
Yep. Michael Shannon, Doug Jones.
So you know there's monsters in it if Doug Jones is in it, because he plays
monsters.
Yeah, he's always like
He's the evil Andy Serkis.
Yeah. He really is.
Right. Sure. It doesn't seem like an otherworldly fairy tale set against the backdrop of World War era America circa 1963. In the hidden high security government laboratory where she works, lonely Elsa is trapped in a life of silence and isolation. Elsa's life is changed forever when she and co-worker Zelda find a Triforce and voyage on to free the princess.
And it's like a fucking...
It's not a genre of movie that I give a fuck about.
She like finds a fucking merman fish boy thing there, and that's kind of what it's about.
It doesn't really... Guillermo del Toro makes me like interested, but it's not a genre of movie that I'm like, ooh, I need to go see this shit. Ooh, this one looks fun. We saw the trailer for this recently. Suburbicon. A home invasion rattles a quiet family town It's kind of George Clooney directs, so it's
Yeah,
kind of his like
And Matt Damon.
very dry, dark humor. Matt Damon's overweight, gained some weight for this to play another kind of 9-to-5er guy, but
Yeah,
with a psycho tendencies.
I'm in on this one. I wouldn't.
yeah.
I wouldn't be
I
mad
would go
about
to the
seeing
theater.
This,
Yeah, for sure. So Suburbicon, not the best name, but maybe after the movie,
Well,
I won't care. It's just a weird.
suburban convict.
I guess it's. I don't like it.
This is another one where I actually want to go. I want to go see a horror movie.
Really? I haven't seen the original.
Really?
That's why I said it. This is the clown one, right?
Mm-hmm.
Is this a TV movie originally?
It was originally a TV movie, like a two-parter, and this is
Stephen King.
Yeah, this is just going to be, I believe, the first part of it.
Do you think I should watch the first one or just go into this one completely fresh?
I think you should go into it
because this is a remake,
yes,
right? Okay.
I think you should go into it completely
We
fresh.
compare and contrast.
So we can compare, being that I've seen the original multiple times.
Probably. I mean, you may like it, but just because it'll be actually, if it's not a good movie, I can just shit on it.
Yeah.
So yeah.
I mean, and if I don't like
it,
it as much as the original,
it'd be an interesting experiment.
See, I don't think you
And
would.
viewpoint.
I don't think you would.
Well, I
like,
don't want to rewatch a remake before. I mean, if it was a sequel, then that makes sense.
Well, here's the thing
part
about
of
the
the thing.
original was a made-for-TV movie,
Yeah.
so it's not that great of like.
Well, I would
quality.
understand that. Like if I was watching Tommy Knockers or something like that, or
The
one of those
Langoliers is one that's almost
I love
unwatchable.
that one. I love that one, but I was a fucking kid
about the airport,
and I didn't have anything else
they're
to
all
watch.
trapped in the airport.
Yeah,
and that's
that's like, oh, that's fucking
the
crazy.
special effects is terrible in that one,
Dude, that's the thing. There's movies made today that have that shitty of fucking special effects. The one scene I remember most from Langoliers, I forget the character. I think he's a big actor though. I can't remember him. But there's a scene where he's just tearing paper, and I think laughing, but he's just tearing strips of paper or breathing heavy. He's doing something weird and just tearing strips of paper.
Have you ever seen Sleepwalkers?
That's
It's one where they're like cat people,
No.
and the mom and the son are like incestual, and then they're like,
no. I mean, I probably fell asleep after that scene.
hilariously, like, it shouldn't be funny, but it's so fucking funny.
I mean, I'm not really. Is that another Stephen King?
yeah.
So I'm not a big Stephen King. Like I've seen all of his non-Stephen King shit.
Now, like,
but
there's
I've only
Stephen
seen
King
a
I
few
like,
things.
like, you know, I like The Shining. I like fucking Pet Cemetery was one of my. That movie scared the shit
See,
out
I
of
don't
me.
even
as
know
a
if I've
kid.
watched that. I may have watched it. Or
I
watched
liked it,
Yeah.
and I hate clowns because of it.
A lot of people hate clowns. I never got that.
I think it
Probably.
it stemmed a
from that.
lot from this,
Yeah.
and there was a few other movies where like your toy clown
I mean,
would
clowns are
come to fucking life and grab you.
My grandparents had clown paintings all over their house.
I hate that shit.
And I could see how that's creepy as shit. My mom was a clown. Like before, I don't know how old I was when she stopped, but she did like the fucking
birthday
birthdays
parties
and shit.
and shit.
Yeah. Probably face painted or whatever. But yeah, I'm down to check it out for
Yeah.
sure. 3 billboards outside Ebbing, Missouri. That's as far as titles go, it's probably the most catchy. I mean, it's one that just sticks in your head right off the bat.
I remember something
What
about
movie
this.
title did I just talk shit about? Forget that title. Whatever title I talk shit about, this is the title that is dog shit.
I think we've seen a preview for this.
A darkly comic drama from Academy Award-winning Martin McDonald in Bruges. I don't really like that movie. Peter Dinklage, Abby Cornish, Woody Harrelson. He's in fucking everything.
He
Sam
is
Rockwell.
really.
I mean, the cast looks. This one I wouldn't mind seeing a trailer. I mean, the title doesn't. The title and the description don't fucking.
It's like some lady. Like,
Have we seen a trailer for it?
I'm almost positive, unless maybe I just saw it on YouTube.
I mean, you may have seen it. I didn't see
But
it.
I'm pretty sure it's this lady's like making some sort of statement with these billboards outside of town, and
I do remember seeing that.
yeah, I would have to
like a
rewatch it
sweet-
again.
Looks like an independent movie.
Yeah,
Like woman takes on town. It was for like polluted. It was for something.
it's like Aaron Brockovich.
Yeah,
too.
kind of like
Electric
that.
Boogaloo.
Like I'll watch it when it comes out somewhere.
Yeah, I'm not rushing
yeah.
out to go see that one.
It's clearly the title helped me remember. Another one with Matt Damon. Downsizing.
Down syndrome. I thought you said Down syndrome.
Oh, I thought I read it wrong, and it is Down syndrome. I was like, how did I misread Down syndrome? Oh, downsizing. I think you just had Matt Damon in your head.
Matt Damon.
Like, Down syndrome. No, Downsizing, a social satire in which a guy realizes he would have a better size, a better life if he were to shrink himself. I haven't heard of this.
I have not heard anything about this.
Don't.
It sounds weird.
It reminds me of like Inner Space or something like that, or Honey, I Shrunk the Kids. But Inner Space would be more of a adult comedy, I guess.
It's kind of a long movie.
Definitely a long movie for a social satire where he wants to shrink himself for 2:15.
That's a lot.
That's a
lot of movie.
They only have a sentence to describe this, but they have 2 hours and 15 minutes of script. That's a lot of script, man. They have 135 pages of script. Murder on the Orient Express. We've seen this trailer too. Yeah, it looks stupid. You know, I would have loved this movie as a kid.
Oh yeah, it would have been awesome as a kid.
I don't know if the whole thing's shot in that like kind of super wide angle first person.
Yeah.
But if it is, I don't want to see. That's like the worst gimmick. Like just to shoot.
This is like
train.
Hey, Johnny Depp's in our movie. What happens to him? He dies right away.
Oh, that'd be the best thing to happen.
That's
to him.
what he's the person that gets murdered on the Orient Express.
Oh, good, awesome. But that doesn't mean they're not going to be a shitload of flashbacks where it's like
maybe
him interacting with people.
Could be
guaranteed.
Probably. Most likely.
Yeah, I mean, if you're going to break down who's murdering it, there's going to be a lot of flashbacks.
Maybe
unless it's a one-take thing.
James Franco in
it's
this
just
movie.
a one-take thing, and it's all just them just talking about who may have done it, and there's no flashbacks. It's like the Revenant of like Sherlock Holmes movies. Yeah, I don't give a fuck.
Or everyone
about that
on everyone on the train doesn't talk to the inspector.
Train just derails at the end of it, and it's actually
everyone dies.
It's the beginning of Unbreakable. It's like, oh, they tricked us again. It's part of this.
Bruce Willis climbs out of the rubble, and you're like, oh shit.
It's like how did he like changed his name, and then he did the same twist again for another movie with Bruce Willis at the end.
They and
That'd be amazing.
super twist. All the people that were.
It's just a musical.
No, it was all the.
It's a stage production they pulled back.
It's all the dude from Split. In his head, he's all those people, and that never.
It's just
really
a dream.
Yeah,
it's just all bullshit. Justice League.
Yeah,
I was almost gonna count down. I was like, we're not really counting these.
They misspelled Josh Whedon, or yeah, I think he's the one that took over. Joss Whedon.
Sure, but I mean,
from
Zack Snyder. I'm sure it'll get credited differently.
From what I heard,
Zack Snyder shot most of it.
The first
already.
Yeah, he shot all of it. Now they're doing all these fucking months of reshoots.
Yeah. Well, that's what they do with all of their shitty movies. They don't have to. They don't have to like do shit.
The first cut was quoted as being unwatchable.
I think they actually contacted me to edit the movie.
So
'cause they're like, I'm cheaper than the trailer company that they used. I don't. The only like Wonder Woman was okay, but it does not at all get me excited for the franchise.
No.
And seeing the trailer that I saw, I do not like. It looks.
Why does Cyborg
horrible?
Look so fucking
Everything
corny?
looks horrible.
It's
so everything looks generic, and the background looks like
dark.
Dark
just dark.
video game.
Yeah.
It looks like a video game.
Arkham.
It's like watch War of the Planet of the Apes, fuckers. Like, you can make shit look
Monkeys
good.
in the daytime.
You don't have to make shit look like video game graphics all the time. And shit just on fire everywhere for like, oh, it's a cool backdrop to have fire in the background. Let's just do fire. I mean, if there's nothing else going on, maybe we'll go see it and fucking talk shit. Maybe we'll buy tickets for another movie and go in to see that one. Whatever movie's out that's what I would rather do. Support another movie and just walk into that one. Ben Affleck, Gal Gadot, don't give a fuck.
Jason
Justice
Momoa. Blade Runner 2049. I still haven't fucking watched the original, but I am excited for this.
The original's great. little slow, but still, I mean, it's a fuck classic. And from the trailer, it looks like it really just looks like the limitations they had when they made the first one. Which they made the first one like the 80s, early 80s. Yeah, or late 70s maybe. But his early shitty, a lot of practical effects, but it looked amazing especially for the time. Holds up a lot. But this looks like just like the same kind of thing, just like they cleaned it.
Yeah.
They cleaned everything up, makes it look amazing. Harrison Ford is in it. Depending on how you interpret the first movie, it might be weird that Harrison Ford has aged.
Yeah, I've seen enough.
Although
Is he a
Terminator?
replicant? Isn't he? Is he not? Terminator got
Arnold
old.
Schwarzenegger got old, so who knows?
David in Alien Covenant fucking started growing long hair and shit.
Yeah. So
I don't
there's
understand these fucking robot technologies from the future.
That. Yeah. So but that's whatever. Who cares? It's kind of weird that there is a Blade Runner sequel. Like, it's not a movie that, like, I mean, Philip K. Dick movies, there's not a lot that are like, this may be the first sequel to one of his movies that I could think of. But, like, there's not a 1984 or 1985 the next year.
1994.
Or 2017. But, yeah, so kind of a weird move, but still, and I don't know who. Oh, Denis Villeneuve? It's a name I remember.
Villanueva?
I think it's pronounced Villeneuve. I think it's like a French.
Yeah, French Canadian.
Arrival, which was pretty great. I liked Arrival.
Sicario,
Sicario's pretty good.
Good things about.
It's more action kind of movie. I mean, suspense, action, whatever. Prisoners, I never saw it. Yeah. Anyway.
Yeah,
Arrival was good. I liked Arrival.
I'm good on.
And this, from what I've heard, like as far as movies and like especially anticipated movies like this one, you hear the rumblings of like reshoots and problems. I haven't heard anything with this.
No.
Like I've heard issues. I for sure heard issues with the, was it Lando Calrissian remake? Like the directors or I don't know if it was a duo or just a guy.
Han Solo.
But the Han Solo, yeah, that like
and
they fired the directors and
brought in Ron Howard.
That's right.
Opie doing it in the Star Wars universe.
He's just a name. It's kind of like what's his face for this. He's probably going to do some reshoots, and it's going to be pieced together how the studio wants it. So anyway, Star Wars: The Last Jedi.
I'm getting a little wet on this one.
Ryan Johnson,
moist, maybe?
one of independent directors that's slowly
Ryan
come up
very wrongly.
I mean, guaranteed there's a lot of different ways to spell Ryan.
Yeah, I've never
I don't
seen
know
that
if there's. We just did. So
I had
can't
never
say
seen
never.
it before.
You've seen it before. I mean, you've read his name on shit before. He's done movies, but it's not common. But whatever. Y. Anyway, I'm looking forward to this. Ryan Johnson's a bad motherfucker, and the Star Wars movies have been consistently good. This is in the main vein. It's not a rogue movie.
And this is gonna shit was the Force Awakens was good.
The Force Awakens
But this
was the best way to reboot the series.
but it was all setting up just like in the first one. The second and I believe the third movie are both better than the first original Star Wars, but you had to set it up with that first one. So
except I like the first prequel better than
the next two.
Yeah, because Hayden Christensen's not in the first one.
True.
And they're basically all the same dog shit.
That fucking
the pod race
Jake
is
Lloyd
fun.
was terrible too.
The pod race was fun.
Yeah, that was fun.
That's
the sound was great.
Yeah, yep. That's why the first one's better. There's nothing really in the second ones that I'm like, oh, that fucking Gungan fight was amazing, or whatever. So yeah, looking forward to Ryan Johnson's movie. I haven't heard any. Like this is another one that I haven't really heard problems with.
I don't even want to fucking see.
I don't either. I don't need to. I'm gonna go see it. Like Guardians.
I feel like I will walk out of the theater if they start showing a preview.
Well, luckily, we're not gonna see as many movies leading up to this.
Yeah.
I don't know what time of year this comes. December.
I think it's December.
But I mean, it's gonna be everywhere. It's going to be on YouTube. It's going to be everywhere.
I'm going to have to like stop
It's
listening to all the
Disney.
podcasts I listen to.
Disney's going to, well, I mean, everybody usually reviews shit within the week of release, either early or late. But yeah. Another one I'm looking forward to. As a fun movie, this could have been a summer movie, really.
Yeah.
But as far as a movie coming out later in the year that's more on the fun side, Kingsman, a sequel to the first Kingsman, The Golden Circle, where this time he goes to America, which I kind of like that, which we didn't see. I don't think they showed it in the first trailer. I think it was just in the last trailer we saw, where you see, what's his name?
Jeff Bridges.
Him, and then the younger...
Channing Tatum.
Yep, Channing Tatum. And it's still like the same visual style, which I enjoy. Like, over the top. Did Matthew Vaughn do Deadpool?
No, that was Tim Miller, something like that. He had that was his first movie, was Deadpool.
Kind of almost a similar. This one a little bit more over the top than Deadpool, but there's moments in Deadpool that kind of reminded me of this. But I'm all in for. The only thing I didn't like in the first one was Sam's lisp. But not that it was a big part of the movie, but just, fun movie. Wouldn't mind seeing it if there's nothing else going on. And the last one, Thor Ragnarok, which I've seen one trailer for.
Pretty hard for this one, too.
I don't give a fuck about the Thor character at all. I've only seen, I think I just saw the first one with Natalie Portman.
Yeah.
Is that the only one she was in?
No, she was in the second one.
For like a little bit, or just...
No, she was like the main character in the second one. But the Thor movies, like, I liked the first one. The second one's fine, but in the pantheon of Marvel movies, they are not at the top of any of my list.
Yeah.
But I do like the feel of the trailer I've seen.
Well, the trailer's like, hey, did you grow up in the 80s? That's it. It's 80s to, it's like 80s
very
turned to
Guardian-esque visual.
The fonts, the transitions, like everything is 80s the fuck out.
Well,
which is, it's a great way to sell a movie to a bunch of people that grew up in the 80s.
Hey, I was born in the 80s.
Yeah, exactly. Yeah, everybody our age is creaming over this. And I'm sure it'll be fine.
Yeah.
But it's just like, as far as superhero movies go, you got to bring in like gods and space and shit.
Well,
Superman,
this one's like pretty much building right into fucking
the war or whatever.
Yeah, the big one.
Yeah.
So,
yeah, I'm sure it's going to be good. It clearly is being marketed like one of their tentpole kind of important movies coming out versus like an Ant-Man or something like that. Or even like the Spider-Man movie wasn't being promoted as like, this is the...
That was just for Spider-Man. Yeah. I mean,
this isn't going to be part...
Iron Man was in it for a little bit, but he wasn't really Iron Man. It was a
Spider-Man movie.
Yeah.
That just kept it tied in with the overall universe.
We weren't looking for Infinity Stones.
It's like a Rogue One.
There weren't no aliens.
Although Rogue One is a prequel.
Yeah.
So that doesn't even count. Weren't they going to do... There's the spin-off... Well, I guess... weren't they going to do a spin-off one?
They can't.
Like Red Leader or something like that was going to be one? There was going to be just a complete spin-off.
I'm not sure. I just know they're doing
everything else
the Han
is like
Solo movie, and then
that's
maybe
like a
Boba Fett movie.
Yeah,
because
like
Josh Trank
character
was
spin-offs
originally supposed to direct the Boba Fett movie, and then the Van Forstick shit happened, and
you just said a bunch of words that I don't know.
Fantastic Four. The way they spell it,
it does.
Van Forstick.
Sure.
It's stupid.
I'm not attached to it.
Yeah, but after that debacle and then getting fired from it at the very end, like they were like, nah,
hit it, kick rocks,
peace out, Trank.
Well, that's the thing that happens.
Yourself.
Kind of common with a lot of, just Disney properties in general. They want a very specific feel to go with their, which makes sense. You want kind of like a TV show, like with a TV show.
It was Disney that pulled out for the Star Wars, but that stupid Fantastic Four movie isn't Disney.
Oh, right.
It's Fox.
Right. But there's been a lot of directors getting kicked from projects.
A lot recently, especially comic book movies.
Yeah.
Like
But that's because studio. I mean, especially if they have to treat movies like TV shows.
The Flash had like 6 directors. Now they're just not even. They're rewriting the whole fucking thing.
Okay. Well, let's just assume everything's going horrible for DC and Warner Brothers. So anything that's like, oh, they're having problems, not surprised. Not surprised at all. The only thing I'd be surprised with is if something goes well. Wonder Woman, that was a surprise. It was, decent. Pretty good. But yeah, I don't give a fuck about that. But there's been even with, Disney properties, they want a very like all the MCU universe is a very light, like kind of a style to it. Has a very consistent style, similar to like the Iron Man style. They kind of use that.
Well, except
similar
for
to like a TV show.
Iron Man 3, which they had Shane Black come in, and he just pretty much made a Shane Black movie with Iron Man kind of in it.
I didn't see it. I didn't give a shit about the second one either. But I'm sure it's like TV shows. Like they get different directors for every fucking episode.
Yeah.
But aesthetically, that looks like the same show from episode to episode. Aside from like you get a Breaking Bad episode directed by Rian Johnson that's, all in one spot, and he uses some fun camera tricks. But aesthetically, it still looks like a
I'm pretty
Breaking
sure
Bad.
if you direct a pilot and it gets picked up, you get a piece of that, even if you don't direct the show.
Yeah.
From that point on, like
There's-
you always get royalties on it.
Yeah,
because you directed
I'm sure
the
it
pilot.
depends on the contract you have, but I'm sure you're attached to it. Yeah. Just like people that create characters are forever attached to, like Stan Lee could be dead for 100 years and he'll still be characters. Well, no, because people like to. It would be characters created and licensed by Disney. Will be
from the
changed
imagination of
Disney Studios LLC. That's what history will show once Stan Lee's dead and Disney owns everything. But yeah, Thor Ragnarok. I'm not as excited as everybody else. Just because it's not like a Guardians movie, or like I don't have high expectations. I don't have low expectations. It's not like I'm going in to see Wonder Woman and expecting a pile of shit, and it's like, oh, surprisingly pretty good. Versus like I expect this to be at least decent, but if it overcomes my expectations, then that's great. But yeah. I just kind of hope, because it doesn't take place in the 80s, right?
This?
Yeah.
No,
this
this
takes
is-
place like current time.
It's current time.
So if they use that same aesthetic that they use in the trailer for the movie, like make it 80s out, I might have an issue with it, but
all the bright colors, when it's like that, they're on a different
I'm not talking about
world.
the colors. I'm talking about the fonts. I'm talking about the music. I'm talking the sound effects. Everything in that trailer was 80s the fuck out.
I didn't feel that.
Well, that's fine. It's 80s the fuck out. I mean, you just look at that's 80s font like all day. Like Flight of the Navigator, all that shit had that kind of like anyway. But yeah, if the movie's like that, it's like, well, then it'd be like having all kinds of 70s music in a superhero movie based in today, like Suicide Squad did.
Yeah.
Like if you're gonna fucking pump a bunch of old jukebox like if it's all 80s music and it doesn't take place in the 80s, then there's an issue. Like Atomic Blonde had a bunch of 80s music because it takes place in the 80s. It made sense. But if they pumped in like fucking, I don't know, Usher or some shit, like wait,
I don't
He
think that
wasn't even
there's going to
born
be
yet.
a lot of music in it.
I don't think so either. But that's the because I've only seen the trailer once, and it's 80s the fuck out.
Besides Guardians, most of the Marvel
Yeah.
movies don't like really have a fucking soundtrack. I mean, Iron Man did have like some
Yeah.
AC/DC, but that stopped.
That's true.
But like most of them don't really have like a
Yeah.
jamming out to this song.
Well, that's good. That's
Yeah.
good.
So I just think it was for the trailer.
Then they'll probably bookend it for credits and opening scene. It'll be 80s.
Yeah,
the fuck
maybe
out.
they're
Which-
having an 80s dance party at the end. I don't give a fuck.
I
but
mean, if they
as long as the
if they
movie's
do
fine.
something to like, oh, we're in 2016, let's go fucking get in our DeLoreans. No, yeah, I don't know. It's not a big worry. It's just whatever. I just noticed that in the trailer. It's like, oh, I know exactly who they're marketing to, and they're jizzing all over their fucking 80s nostalgia right now. They're like, oh, 80s, 80s. But anyway, yeah. So those are the movies. Some of the movies coming out this fall.
So there were like 4 that I want.
I
That I wanted to see
as far
in
as
maybe
want to
the
go to the
theaters.
theater, yeah. I mean, there was probably 10 that I want to see. Out of those 10, half of them or 4 of them I go see in the theater. Definitely not a lot. I do want to see that fucking Matt Damon, George Clooney movie.
Say his name right.
Matt Damon.
See?
And not the Matt Damon movie called Down Syndrome, but the Suburbicon. Suburbicon.
Sounds like
So
Comic-Con's shitty neighbor.
It's bad. It's a bad name. That's the other bad name. And then the 3 billboards down from Mississippi or some bullshit.